Привіт всім, Mykhailo тут. І сьогодні відео буде англійською, because in Lviv, I interviewed native English speakers, asking them how long they've been here, what they're doing here, and what their impressions of Ukraine are. So most of the people that I interview have only been here for a couple weeks or a couple months. They came specifically to volunteer or help during war. So their opinions might be a little different than mine. So I'll give my impression and opinion at the end of the video. So please stick around for that. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on the video. It really helps the channel out. До справи. Where are you from?
I'm from Florida in the States.
So my name is Marcos Guerra. I'm from Mission, Texas.
Originally from New Jersey.
My name is Pato Rincon. I am from Texas.
Originally, I'm from San Francisco. Grew up in the Bay Area.
I'm Lulu. I'm from Canada.
So I'm from Portland, Oregon.
Indianapolis, Indiana.
So I've been here since about March 20th.
Probably combined, probably a few months.
Just got here 3 weeks ago.
3.5 weeks.
I've been here a bit short of 2 weeks.
I've been here 2 weeks.
3 months.
I love Ukraine. I love the people. They're just very gracious and welcoming, and just the culture, and of course the architecture is just beautiful, and their history is amazing.
Oh, Ukrainians are just very friendly, nice people. I don't speak any Ukrainian, but my interactions have all been positive. And Lviv is a beautiful city.
My impression on the country, beautiful people, very welcoming. The Ukrainian people are very similar to the Latino culture also, I feel.
The people are absurdly kind. Just absurd.
People are insanely friendly.
They are very genuine and proud people, and I absolutely love Ukraine and the people.
Can we see that tattoo, by the way?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Respect.
I just love being here. I love doing the work and working with university students.
What's it like being here now during this time?
Well, I've only been in Lviv, and so far it doesn't really feel like war. I mean, there's a lot of people from eastern Ukraine. And so besides statues being covered up and buildings kind of being protected, you can't really tell, at least from my perspective, that there's war going on.
It's a bit surreal because you see everything around you about funerals and then people sitting outside at a cafe. I have to be told how real it is, but to me, it's surreal.
We did a tour. I was with a journalist and another humanitarian, but we were in the Chernihiv region for the most part. We've seen a lot of bad things, a lot of things that the Russians have done to the Ukrainians, and but just the strength of Ukraine is something that is like, I've never experienced it before. The strength that you get from them kind of helps you keep going, and it was just a really wonderful thing in a terrible place.
Very open, very accepting society. Since they're in a war, people tend to be a little suspicious to foreigners. But since most Americans and most foreigners that are coming to this country are kind of here to help, I thought it would probably be a little bit more the people not that much accepting. Of course, they have an excuse because they're in a war-torn country. And so far, any problem that I've had, people have come to help me. I only know like maybe one word in Ukrainian, and the rest is all Google Translator. And they try their best to help me, and they're very patient. Being from the metro area, it's like, yeah, in New York City and New Jersey, they'd be like, yeah, go F yourself. And Ukraine needs more help. Besides of all the stuff that's going back at home in the States, the center, the attention of has been shifted. I think it should go back because they're our ally, and I like to tell people this is like their version of the American Revolution. Brothers like me, I'm a combat veteran from the Marines, and they're doing a good job fighting and doing the rest of it, but they still need more help, especially militarily. I think just continue to stay focused on them and just not forget about these people.
Inconvenience. The Russians just interrupt the delivery of my beer from the waitress. But the worst part is seeing internal Ukrainian refugees and their families. I'm staying at a hostel temporarily until I relocate to Kyiv. But a lot of mothers with children far from home, from the Donbass. And you just see how stressful it is for them with families living in a small little area and just trying to provide a normal life for their kids. And you can see the stress on the mothers.
And many Americans don't know too much about Ukraine, so what's some final words that you would add about the situation here, what one can think?
Oh, the Russians and Ukrainians have a long history of Russians, from Holodomor, the starvation under Stalin, which was no accident for damn sure, purposely, confiscating all the grain, causing mass famine, even leading to cannibalism back in the early 30s.
I am volunteering in the city council, which is the main the center building of Lviv where the government works. I volunteer to make food for the front lines as well. And they're like, oh my gosh, it's crazy that people from other countries are coming to help cut food, and they are just very appreciative, which it's normal. This isn't just their war, this is all of our wars, so it's very normal that people come and help. There's lots of help that's needed, and if you come, you can try to contact people before, but that might be a bit hard. So if you come and you stay in a hostel or something, you can find places that need help, and you can cut vegetables, you can hand out food, you can unpack hospital equipment, and there's lots of hands that are needed. And in terms of raising money, I think that's very hard to do from abroad because there's so many places that need money, and there's lots of them that aren't doing a great job of where the money's going to. I personally know lots of those. So if you come, I don't know, if there's someone you can call up here on the ground, there's lots of places that are very small and definitely do not have a good website, that are one just amazing individual or three amazing individuals that put every hour of their day towards it, and those ones, they need the money and they could use it. So I think be smart with where you put your money, but there's definitely lots of places that need money and are doing big things here. So
Awesome, thank you, Lula.
I've done some extractions, working on getting some medical supplies to where they're needed. It's a tough terrain to navigate sometimes, but I'm doing some good work and meeting some good people. A lot of it's devastating, but a lot of it is almost harmonious. It's brought people together, people from all four corners of the fucking world, and there's a silver lining to it. Hoping it ends sooner rather than later, but I could also see it being drawn out for years. So it's tough to tell. If you have an organization or somebody you truly trust and have proven themselves to produce certain outcomes, then you can donate directly to them. You could send supplies to certain APOs or what have you, but make sure supplies are getting to where they need to go. Do your due diligent research of what organization you are donating to before anything.
Good, thanks a lot, man, appreciate it.
I served 5 years in the Marine Corps, and when the bombs started dropping on the 24th of February, I got on the plane that night. I booked a flight to Warsaw in Poland, and then I crossed the border with a couple other guys who are also going into the International Legion. I've seen the best people come out here. I've seen people coming out here to do their best, to help in any way they can. And I've seen the worst people coming out here. Jakuyu. And I've seen people come out here to help themselves, and I've seen the worst. I believe with the right kind of coaxing, we can make this another America. Let's edit that out. But no, honestly, that kind of
not where we're going with this at all.
that kind of I want to say.
All right, thank you for making it this far. If you're still watching, the last guy really stuck his foot in his mouth there, but I wanted to include it in the video because sometimes Americans get a bad reputation, and I think that's a prime example why. But ultimately, everyone in this video is here to try to make a difference, and I really appreciate that, and thank you for letting me interview you. 2 people mentioned about the difficulties with donating money, and I want to talk about that a little bit. I do think it's important to do your due diligence, so I personally donate to United 24, which is President Zelensky's official charity organization. I like the transparency that they show with how the budget's being used. I'll put a link of this in the description below. War really is surreal. I mean, at surface level, in some cities, it might seem completely normal and fine here, but I assure you, for Ukrainians, or people like myself who have lived here long term, You feel terror every single day, and it's really disgusting, the devastation that Russia's causing. So I've lived here for about 3 years now, and I wouldn't have chosen to live in Ukraine if it wasn't for the people and the warmth and how welcoming they are, and progressive and open-minded as well. I'm really fortunate to be able to create art here, write music, film YouTube videos, and share Ukrainian culture and language through my perspective and experiences. So I thank you for the support. Right now this country needs any support that we can give. Slava Ukraini! Все буде Україна!